Hello, welcome to Jenny's Food Network. Okay, today we're doing the fried rice as we are continuing with different parts. And the white jasmine rice is done. I've stirred it a little bit, so I'm going to show you. And over here I have my other ingredients. Make sure you have your ingredients nearby. So here I have here's a 32 ounce container. Okay, so about 1 quart. So here's like half green peas and frozen corn, you know, they're both frozen. You can put it in frozen as well because you don't want to overcook these because they'll start to wrinkle and dry out if you overcook them. So put them in frozen is fine. And here's over here is the onion bulb that I had chopped earlier in the earlier clips. Here's the chopped broccoli that I had showed you in the other video as well. Here's some shredded carrots as well here. And here's just some chicken that I'm going to use. Use beef, chicken, tofu, whatever you like. And here's 4 eggs that I will be using to make the eggs separately. I prefer cooking the eggs separately because in the wok it kind of cooks it unevenly, you know. So I prefer to. And here's my beautiful wok that I love. And here's the green onions that I will put at the very end after I turn off. Like I said, you don't want to overcook the green onions because they'll start turning yellow. They'll start turning yellow and it's going to start spoiling. So don't overcook green onions, okay? It's just a last ending garnishment at the end, you know? So let's get started, guys. Okay, first of all, let's, here, do this. Okay, let's start. We're going to stir the rice a bit. We're going to stir the rice a bit to break it up, as you can see that I'm doing. It's still hot. It's only been sitting out for about, I would say, about 15 minutes now. It's been cooked for 15 minutes already. So don't wait too long to use the rice because they'll toughen up and they'll stick together. You know, it's hard to break up. Right now it's nice and soft where you could just break it up. And the rice is not too wet because if it's too wet, like I said, if you add too much water, it's going to be very soggy fried rice and you don't want that. Okay. Oh yeah, and the soy sauce that I'm using, here's the oil. You could use any type of oil. You could use corn oil or regular, you know, vegetable oil. You could use olive oil, you know, to cook the fried rice. Corn oil makes things crispier. So fried rice, I just use corn oil. Okay, here is the regular soy sauce. It's the Kikkoman brand. It's the Kikkoman brand. It's my favorite, the regular one. They do have Kikkoman sushi soy sauce. Don't use that one. Just use the regular soy sauce. And I usually buy them in big jugs and I just pour it in here. And this is the dark soy sauce. The one I use, the Pearl brand. And it's the mushroom flavor, dark soy sauce. And I buy in big jug and I pour it in here also. Oh yeah, I also use, my favorite fish sauce that I use is this one. It's got a pink label with 3 crab. It's like the 3 crab brand. Here, I'll put it closer. Here we go. The 3 crab brand, the fish sauce. This is my favorite one. This one I think has the best tasting fish sauce out there. They sell them at Asian stores and certain other stores too. Okay guys, so now we're gonna get started with the eggs. Okay, I usually like to use non-stick spray for it. I'll turn the vent on because it kind of sprays everywhere, kind of. A little bit of that. I'll turn it on. I'm going to turn off now that it sucks the non-stick spray, it's mist. Now I'm going to put it on like medium-high right now to heat up the pan. Don't put the eggs in right away. Heat it up a little bit. And then I usually have a cover for later. I'm just turning off the ventilation because it makes a lot of noise. It's going to be hard to hear me. So now just heat it up a little bit. Just crack the eggs in. I use about, for a pot like this, I use about 4 to 5 eggs. If you like more, add more. If you like less eggs, then use less eggs. And if you're vegetarian or vegan, of course, no eggs. Some vegetarians will eat eggs, but vegans will not eat any animal products, so they will not use eggs at all. Second egg. third egg. And the last egg. Okay, and the spatula that I use is really awesome. Okay, someone recommended me to use this one. This is awesome. It's like silicone, non-stick, and it's very flexible. And it won't scratch your pan. Some will say non-stick spatulas, but they're really stiff, like plastic, and it'll definitely scratch your pan. So get the flexible ones, okay? These will not scratch. So as you can see, for the egg, I like to just make sure you take a spatula and poke the egg yolk, you know, and stir it around a bit. Stir it around a bit. And at that time is when I start putting some fish sauce in it to give some flavor. Otherwise, it's going to taste bland. Just drizzle a little bit in it. As you cook more, you'll understand how much to use. So I want you guys to be creative, okay? I don't want to be too much to the exact portion because your portion is going to vary by how many cups of rice you use, and you know, so then it depends how many eggs you're going to use, depending on how much fish sauce you're going to put, depending on how many eggs you use. Be creative. As you cook more, you'll understand how sauces will taste and how much to use, okay? And while that's cooking, and I'm going to turn it down to low, to number 3 or 4, like a medium low. You don't want to cook them too fast because they'll start to brown the bottom too much. Okay, so while that's running a little bit, I like to multitask. Some people can't do that, but that's what I can do. So I'm going to angle it down more, and here's my beautiful wok. This is the commercial grade wok, the best wok I've used. Awesome. It is the green handlebar. I got this at Amazon about like $50-something, about $50. It's the Nordic ware. So here it is. Nordic ware. It's the green handle one, okay? And it has a flat bottom. It has a flat bottom, so you don't need like a wok holder. It's awesome, and it's non-stick. For $50, that's not bad. That's a really good deal for a really nice quality one. And don't burn it on, don't turn the heat on dry because it'll make the non-stick pop up. I did that by accident one time, and my non-stick pan, it bubbled up and then it eventually popped, and so I had to buy a new one. So make sure you put your oil in first. I would say try about a half cup. Like I said, this is 6 cups of rice, okay? Jasmine rice right here. I use about like half a cup. Half a cup to 3/4 cup, depending how much rice you use. And you don't want to make it too oily, and if you don't use enough oil, the rice is not going to cook right, okay? So now I'm going to turn my flame on high. It's going to be on high for now, okay? And then I'm going to turn it down to the next level to medium high. Because right now we need to heat up the oil. And like I said, I'm going to get this going with the rice. Break up the rice. If you want to know, if you want to figure out is the oil ready, you can just put a little bit of rice in here. Just take a little bit of rice for sampling, okay, and just throw it in here. And when you start seeing it like sizzling and frying, that's when you know the oil's hot enough to start cooking, okay? So let's angle down more. Zoom in a little bit more. Okay, it's starting to sizzle right now. You guys, cooking takes a lot of time and work, okay? I know some people are like, oh, forget it, that's too much work. I might as well just go buy my own food. Understandable, but you know, cooking is a lot of work. It takes a long time, and you have to go buy all the stuff and make it, and you gotta clean up. So if you like to watch, then just enjoy watching. Now it's sizzling. I can start hearing it popping, okay? It's moving. So I'm gonna put the rice in now. That means it's ready. So this is about 6 cups of rice. So it's 6 cups of raw rice, and it poofs up. So then you can see the end of it is kind of brown. So you gotta make sure you don't burn your rice when you cook it. So just break it up. You don't have to use it if you don't want to, but I like to use it because I just use it. I'm just cooking for the family, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I cook it for my husband, my kids. It doesn't have to be perfect, but at the end result, it will look perfect. So just break it up and stir it. It's on high right now. This is the highest setting it is on right now. But for nonstick pans, you don't want to use it too high sometimes because it could wear and tear your nonstick pan over time, you know. And plus, this is awesome spatula. It doesn't stick and it doesn't scratch. It is very flexible. It's a silicone spatula. So I'm stirring it right now to break it up and to even out the oil. If you feel that your fried rice doesn't turn out wonderful, well, keep trying if you like to learn. I'm doing a big batch, okay? If you want to make just like a small portion, then use less rice and less ingredients of other vegetables in here, or whatever meat topping you want. If you're vegetarian, you could use tofu. Or if you don't want tofu, then just, of course, vegetarian, you could, you know, vegan, skip the egg and go for tofu for added protein and calcium and stuff. So, okay, my eggs are here. I forgot to stir it, so I'm going to turn it off. It's already done. Now my eggs right here. As you can see, part of it right here. I'm stirring it. The eggs, you have to break it up, okay? It's best to break it up before you put it in the wok because it's going to be in big chunks, you know? So just smash it and break it up so it's easier to stir. And you want to distribute the eggs. Okay, you see me breaking up the eggs. So I'm just going to put that. So I'm going to remove the rice pot. I don't need it no more. And now I'm going to have more room to move the eggs over because it's done. So the eggs like this. Just break it up. As you can see. Break it up. And don't forget your rice because you have to stir that too so it doesn't burn. So that's part of multitasking. If you're scared for it to burn, then do things separately, one at a time then. But like I said, you know, as you cook more, you'll be more confident. You'll understand the ingredients, how fast they cook, you know, and the order of cooking. So you're still stirring the rice. And it takes about like, by the time you start like doing the cooking fried rice, it's about a 30 to 40 minute process. Yes, it is very consuming. That's why a lot of times a lot of people don't do what I do because it's very time consuming, but it makes a good, delicious meal though. Okay, so we're gonna add the cumin soy sauce. Just drizzle it around. Just want you to see, drizzle it around. I like mine more flavorful, so I'm just gonna add like that. I do 2 rounds of that. Okay, I will do this round. Okay, the next is the fish sauce. Drizzle it around. You ask me what portion, it doesn't matter to me. I just go by drizzling. I want you guys to be creative, okay? And then you can taste it too if you like. But me, I don't taste it because I'm so used to cooking fried rice. I don't taste it. So stir that, and I will do another round of that sauce again. So I'm going to stir it first. The dark soy sauce is what gives it color. And I like I said, it's the Pearl brand, the mushroom flavor. It gives it a nice flavor as well. So you see I'm stirring it. Okay, now, sometimes there'll be parts that are kind of chunky. You could just flatten it down, like just flatten it down, and then stir it again. It'll break up. So sometimes the fried rice the rice is kind of stuck together. Okay, so I'm ready again. Let's do another round of sauces again. I'll just do the fish sauce again. And when you're done cooking the fried rice, you can always add more fish sauce or soy sauce on your own plate or bowl, you know, depending how salty you like it. Here's the Kikkoman's regular soy sauce. And I would like my fried rice a little darker, so I use dark soy sauce. The Pearl brand again, mushroom flavor. Drizzle that around. And as I go, if I like it darker, I would add more dark soy sauce, which gives it a nice flavor at the same time. So the wok is still on the highest setting, number 6, for the Frigidaire brand stove, gas stove. It's on high right now. When I start adding the other veggie ingredients is when I turn it down to the next level down, like medium high, number 5. See, I like the color to be more even, so I'm gonna add more dark soy sauce to make it darker. And like I said, it does give a very yummy flavor to it as well. Stir it to even out. So corn oil makes your food taste crispier. And it's good for deep frying egg rolls. Stuff. But if you want to use other type of oil, like olive oil or something, then go ahead. Be creative, help yourself. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just put my meat in. This is just some grilled chicken that I had chopped up. So I'm gonna put the meat in. It's already cooked. I'm just gonna put in. Now I'm gonna stir the chicken in with the fried rice. So it's the fried rice. So it's the rice first, then the meat. You can pre-cook your meat first if you like, which I highly recommend. Because when you have a big batch like this, it's hard to get the meat cooked, you know? So the fried rice is starting to get a little more crispier now. Like I said, fried rice cannot be too wet or else it'll get soggy and mushy. That's why when I was showing you how to make rice for fried rice, you have to use less water when measuring above the rice line. And you measure it with your finger. Alright, I'm going to add more dark soy sauce again. Make it darker at the same time while giving a delicious flavor once again. When I feel that I'm ready to use the veggies is when the rice is almost pretty much done, okay? When the fried rice is about 95% finished, that's when I start adding like the veggies, okay? Because you want to work on making the rice more flavorful, more crispier. Because if you put your vegetables in too soon right away, it's going to overcook the vegetables and your fried rice is not going to be crispy much yet. It doesn't have to be too crispy, but just to give a nice, you know, crispy flavor to it. As you cook more, like I said, you decide how you like it, okay? This is just how the way I like to make mine. So be creative, guys. Don't be afraid to express yourself when you cook. Also when you bake, when you make desserts. You'll start to build more confidence and work on what works good for you. And add a little more dark soy sauce to even it out. As you can see, my fried rice is getting darker and it's getting crispier as I have it on the high heat still. Once again, when I start putting the veggies in, I'll turn it down to medium-high. Right now it's on high temperature, gas stove. Okay, at this point right now, since the rice is pretty much becoming finished the way I like it, I'm going to go ahead and put in, first of all, I'm going to put in my my chopped onion bulb. Okay, not the green one, but the chopped onion bulb. Okay, here we go. Put that in. Because we want that to be cooked a little more. So I'm going to go ahead and stir it around evenly. Don't use too much of the bulb onion because it can water down and get soggy, you know. And you don't want that. You don't want too much onion. Stir that in. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the frozen veggie, the corn and the green peas, the frozen one. You could buy the mixed vegetables that has carrots in there and other stuff in there too if you want. But the store I went to didn't have the mixed vegetables. They only sold them separately. So that's how I have my carrots separate. I like to use more carrots, but I'm out of carrots, so I only have this much left. So I usually like to use 16 ounce of it, but right now it's only very little. So I'll stir in the frozen veggies. Like I said, you could do it different ways. You could steam cook or heat up the frozen veggies. But for me, I like to just put in like this because then it won't overcook the veggies too much. Because once you overcook the corn and the peas, they start to shrivel up or look wrinkled out and dried out. And also the carrots, you don't want to put it in for too long because it will start drying out and wrinkle up, and and it doesn't need much cooking because it's already so shredded and chopped, so. So what's good next is you can start stirring in your broccoli. Like I said, these are little florets into little bits. Restaurants use them a lot bigger, okay? But I like it like this because it cooks more evenly and it's easier to stir. And I'm doing a big batch, so that works well. You don't have to use as much veggies that I use. I just happen to have a lot of extra broccoli left over from a salad that I was making. So I'm just using it before it gets bad, before it spoils, because right now it's still very fresh, the broccoli. So I'm just using it for part of my fried rice. And the red bell peppers could give some red color also, but use that at the very end at the same time as the green onions, because red bell peppers cook very fast and they get soggy if you overcook them. So I'm stirring the broccoli. The eggs I'll use at the end also because it's already cooked, and you don't want to overcook eggs because then they'll just start to dry out and toughen up. You still want your eggs nice and tender. And you don't want the eggs to burn too much. As you can see, it's now it's even out. Now I'll put the carrots in last. Well, not last, but at this moment. And I'm going to go ahead and put the eggs in because the eggs are already done anyways. This is the cooked eggs. And stir it evenly. You could turn the settings down if you like to number 5 to medium high, which I just turned down just now because you don't want the stuff to burn. So I'm stirring it. And you can see how evenly the broccoli is cooking also. Okay, so I'm still stirring it. So as you stir it, the veggies, the moisture from the vegetables are kind of providing that steam, okay? So it's steam cooking the veggies with the fried rice. So I'm trying to stir it evenly, and make sure you stir down to the bottom so it doesn't burn the bottom part. So it's a lot of fried rice right now. So, you know, the fried rice is pretty much done, you know. And if I feel like I want to steam, if I want it to run for another 1 to 2 minutes while stirring it so it doesn't burn too much, then I could do that. If I feel that I'm satisfied with the way I like my onions and all the other veggies, then I could turn off the heat and then just stir in the green onions at the very, very end with the heat turned off. If I feel like I want to add more dark soy sauce, I could do that as well. And once you're done cooking, you can decide if you like it more saltier by adding more fish sauce or soy sauce. You decide how you like it. Freddie usually loves to add the red hot sauce, the Rooster brand, with the picture of a rooster and the red hot sauce. He loves that one. He always add the red hot sauce. I don't like hot sauce, so I don't like to use, you know, I don't like spicy food, so I don't add that in. He just added it in himself. Alright, now I'm turning off the heat now. Alright, I just turned off the heat. And the very last, like I said, are the green onions. Don't overcook them because they will start to turn yellow and it'll start spoiling even more and get gross and soggy. So the very last is the green onions to give it that delicious, yummy flavor. That's it, guys. The last of it, the green onions. The heat's turned off, like I have mentioned over and over. Quiet, Jet. And then you just stir it. And the steam, the hot steam from the fried rice will eventually steam cook the green onions also. But you don't want to overcook it. Like I said, it's going to get really soggy. It's going to start turning yellow. Look how beautiful that is. It's gotten brighter because the sun's coming out. Today's was kind of gloomy off and on. Look how beautiful that is. So this is what you call a beautiful work of art for my homemade fried rice by me, Miss Jenny Lee. The kids love this. Freddie's mom loves this. Anyone who tries my fried rice, love it. But the thing is, are you going to put effort into cooking? Maybe, maybe not. But at least some people love to watch me cook. So here it is. Alright, so remember that square glass plate I had decorated? That's the grand finale, okay? So, I'm going to put my spatula down. I'm going to get like a dipper to scoop the fried rice up and put in that beautiful plate to show you. Alright, here's that beautiful plate I was talking about. Let me zoom out more so you can see. Okay, here's that beautiful glass plate I was talking about, okay? So, okay, so here we go. We're gonna get some of this right here. Let me move this up a little more so you can see. Alright, here we go. Okay, here we go. Put that on top. Look how beautiful that looks. Here we go. And I'm going to get my cilantro. I had to put my cilantro away because they do dry out very, very fast. So I'm going to transport this camcorder. It's on a tripod. We'll move it over here. See how beautiful that is? Line it up. Let me angle it down more. Zoom in for you. Okay, hold on. Alright, so we're going to get some cilantro. So we're going to decorate the plate. See how beautiful that looks? Yeah.
I like this.
Decorate that beautiful thing. You could serve it like that, or you could also put a little bit of pinch of cilantro right on top in the middle. There we go. Here we have it. Here is my homemade fried rice. And the veggies, I love to dip the veggies in with my egg roll sauce right here. And I had put a little bit shredded carrots and pinched cilantro in there to give it a beautiful look. And they could always dip their veggies in there and eat it, or they could pour some on top if they like. If they don't want to pour on top, they could just use soy sauce or fish sauce on there. Whatever their heart desires. So, as you can see, here is Jenny's homemade fried rice. Chicken fried rice with veggies. Absolutely delicious. Thanks for tuning into my videos, and there'll be some more videos. There will be some recipes that I will not share because they're my wonderful work of art. This is my work of art too, but I didn't mind sharing the fried rice, so enjoy.
Look at me, look at me.